Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Basic Math, where we hold that math is as easy as the basics. Today we're going to dive into the world of indices, where we'll be looking at understanding the basics of indices. Let's check this out. Now the first question I want to ask is, what is indices? Now, simply put, indices is a way to write repeated multiplication. And we do this by using a superscript to the top right hand side of a bigger number that is called an index. And you'll see other names. Just like multiplication is repeated addition, and we can write 7 threes being added together as 3 times 7. We can also represent repeated multiplication, where 7 threes being multiplied together is 3 to the 7th, right? And that's how we say it, 3 to the 7th. So let us look a little bit into the notation, that 3 to the 7th. Let's see what it is really talking about. Right, so if you notice, we have a big 3 and a smaller 7. Now the small 7, it is called the index, the power, or the exponent. Right, and let us just repeat that. It is called the index, the power, or the exponent. And this is why it's called a superscript, because it is up at the top right hand corner of the number, and it's smaller. And then now, what about that big number? It is called the base. So the 3 there, it is called the base. And it's very important that you know the parts of the notation, so when we get into the laws you can follow. So the index tells how many times we should multiply the base together. So 3 to the 7th is saying multiply 3 together 7 times, or even more clearly put, multiply 7 threes together. Alright, so let's look at a couple more examples. Say we have 3 to the 2nd. Now 3 to the 2nd is saying that we should multiply 2 threes together. So that's going to be 3 times 3. And 3 to the 3rd is going to say multiply 3 threes together. That's going to be 3 times 3 times 3. Right, so that's the story right there. Now a few things to note are, 1, indices are not commutative. And that means 3 to the 5th, for example, is not the same as 5 to the 3rd. So can I say that again? 3 to the 5th is not the same as 5 to the 3rd, as 3 to the 5th is multiplying 5 threes together, and 5 to the 3rd is multiplying 3 fives together. The next thing is that the index is an integer, therefore it can be both positive and negative, right? And somebody might be thinking, now, how are we going to multiply a number together for a negative amount of time? We'll soon see what that means as we get further into this video, and even more so when we look at the next topic, which will be laws of indices. So let us explore a little bit here. So we might have 2 to the 2nd power, and we can introduce a 1 as a factor of everything. That's 1 times 2 times 2. And then 2 to the 1st is 1 times 2. Then we have 2 to the 0. That means that there's no 2 multiplying together, so we just have the 1 left. So 2 to the 0 is 1. And then what will we do when we get to the negative side? Let's see. 2 to the negative 1 is 1 divided by 2. Right? And then 2 to the negative 2 is 1 divided by 2 divided by 2. 2 to the negative 3 is 1 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2. Now we're going to show how this looks in sequence. So as we go down, it's as if we're actually dividing by 2 as we decrease the power. So 2 to the 2 is 1 times 2 times 2. Then we divide by 2, we end up with 2 to the 1, which is 1 times 2. Divided by another 2, we end up with 2 to the 0, which is 1. Divided by another 2, we end up with 1 divided by 2, which is 2 to the negative 1, and so on and so forth. And so somebody might be asking, why the division? No, division is the inverse of multiplication, and we can actually write that. So dividing repeatedly actually can look like multiplication, and so we are going to show what the negative indices look like in terms of multiplication. So we have 2 to the negative 1, that is just 1 divided by 2. So check out this now, that is also equal to 1 over 2, right? And then 2 to the negative 2 is multiplying 1 over 2 by itself. So that's 1 divided by 2 divided by 2, which looks like 1 over 2 times 2. So we still didn't change the definition. This is how we multiply the numbers together a negative amount of time, or negative number of times. We just do the reciprocal, and we'll see why that is so again as we move to the next video. And we have to complete this one before we get to that video. So let us also note another set of things. If we have a number raised to 1, the power of 1, that number is just itself. For instance, 2 to the first power is just 2, or 2 is the same as 2 to the first power. Now if we have 3 to the first power, that is just 3, right? It is just equal to 3, or we could say 3 is equal to 3 to the first power, and so on and so forth. These things are very important to hold, very important to understand, because they will be needed when we step it up a notch and go to the laws of indices, which tells us how to deal with these multiplication and division. So check out these problems, write these in index form. So those are 4 fours together. You can pause the video and do these yourself, and then I come back. Alright, so let's give the answers now. So 4 fours being multiplied together, how would you write that? I'm sure everybody got it right. That's what 4 to the 4th. And then we have 6 y's being multiplied together. Sure everybody get that? That's y to the 6th. And then we have 5 7's being multiplied together, and that is just going to be 7 to the 5th. Alright, and everybody got those 3 easily. Let's see if you'll get the next set of problems. Know that you guys are all bright students, nailing all of this. So here are some more questions. Write the following in expanded form. So let's see. Alright. We have 3 to the negative 2. And you can pause the video and do these also. So that's 3 to the negative 2 and 6 to the negative 5. How do we write these? Pause the video and work these out. And then you tell me your answer. Well, here we go. 3 to the negative 2 is simply 1 over 3 times 3. And 6 to the negative 5. I know you have part of that already. You have 1 in the numerator, and then you have 5 6's being multiplied together in the denominator. And so that's the story. I want to say to everyone, thanks for watching, and I hope that this video was of help to you. I am hoping that you will like, share, and subscribe so that you can keep on getting this information. Ensure that you share with a friend or a family member, younger brother, bigger brother, son, your daughter. Share, like, and subscribe. Remember that nothing is too hard for you to do. Just trust in the Lord and He will help you through. I'll see you in the next video that will be looking at laws of indices. Do not miss it.